Hi, everybody. So I have not been live for a really long time. It's been a good nearly 4 weeks since I did a live on my streams, and partly because I'd been taking some time off, so I didn't schedule any lives in. And then the last week I've just been really busy and so on and so on. You know how it is, right? You get it. But I haven't been on to do a live for a while, and I thought, do you know what? I really need to come on and do a live. There's stuff that I really want to share with you and get you thinking about. And today, I thought I would talk a little bit about happy business, happy life. So if you've been looking at any of my social feeds, you'll see that I've been talking a lot about the Happy Business Hub, which is my new free Facebook group, and the Happy Business, Happy Life hashtag. And the reason for that is it's been a big philosophy in my business from the very beginning, truth be told. But I hadn't actively really shared that. And just recently I have been. So I thought I would talk about what do I mean by happy business, happy life, and what exactly is a happy business. So for me, let's focus in on the happy business bit first. So for me, it's twofold. So the first part is how happy I am in my business, how much I enjoy being in it, how easy it is for me to be in it, the delivery of my products and services, how I enjoy those. So it's very much around my own enjoyment of being in the business, the flexibility that it gives me, the rewards that it gives me, and all of that. Now, realistically, I'm not going to be happy every single moment, every single day in my business, because it's just life just doesn't work like that, right? There could be lots of external reasons as to why it impacts my happy on a particular day. And also there are certain tasks and functions that I do in my business that I don't hate, but I don't necessarily thoroughly enjoy them either. So that will ebb and flow. But overall, it's a feeling of happiness, contentment with the business. So if I can look back over a period of a month and say, do you know what? It's been a great month and I love being in my business, then I am winning. So that's the first part of happy business. Yeah, my enjoyment, enjoying the clients that I work with, the people that I'm working with, the time that I'm spending with them, creating and delivering my services, and generally being in my business. That's my happy place. The second part of happy business is actually the functioning of the business. So how well does the business function? So it needs to be a happy, healthy business. And by healthy, we mean that it's profitable, easy to work in, easy for our clients to be in, does what it needs to do to give us the life and opportunity that we want. So it has to be successful. So a happy, healthy business is one that is making profit, that has consistent revenue streams, has opportunities, strong pipeline, strong customer base, good services and offerings, whether products or solutions. That's what makes a happy business. So we don't shy away in Happy Business Hub from creating strong businesses. In fact, it's a paramount thing to being happy in business, because if my business is strong and healthy and it's got things like those consistent revenue streams, strong customer bases, strong deliverable services, strong pipelines, good lead generation, easy to work in, simple processes, then obviously I'm going to feel happier about being in it. So there's definitely a connection between having a structured, well-run business to how I feel about being in it. So that's the happy business element. That's what I've been really focusing on a lot with my clients over the years, and definitely in my own business, it's been really important to me to create a happy space in my business and the desire to be even happier in my business, to keep evolving it and growing it. So for me, part of this has been about creating and evolving and growing my business, but also finding a way to enjoy the journey, because I think that's really important too. And I know I've spoken about this before. We can be so focused on where we're going that we forget to enjoy the moments today. And I'm very much about being in the present. Don't get me wrong, I'm very focused on what my business is going to look like in the future, but I'm also finding ways to be happy with where my business is today as I'm going along that journey, and finding ways of growing it and evolving it that I am happy with, that sit with also how I want to be spending my life today, not just tomorrow. So one of the things that I thought I would ask today and to prompt with you is, what would actually need to change in your business to make you a happier business owner? What sort of things would you look to change? What sort of things need to evolve a little bit for you to feel more contentment in the business, more enjoyment, and to have a healthy business, to make it more profitable, more sustainable, functioning? What would actually need to change? So, for example, let's say your business is running like clockwork. Yeah, its processes and systems are really good, but actually you're not making the money or creating the opportunity that you want. So we've got one element really working. The key here is to get all of the elements working. So we need to look at how we build that opportunity stream into our business. It could also be that actually your enjoyment level of being in the business is through the roof. You absolutely love being in your business. It gives you the flexibility that you want. You're working with clients that you want, but actually you're not making any money. So what we're doing is we're trading one thing for the other. And what I'm saying is it is possible to have it all. Okay, we might have to work towards that. We might not have it all overnight, but it is possible to have a healthy, functioning business that you can still enjoy and have all the flexibility that you want. If you have too much flexibility whilst you're growing your business, you might stunt its growth. So there is a trade-off. How you want to live your life today might impact how you grow and evolve your business, and vice versa. What you're doing in your business may impact your enjoyment of being in the business. So it's all about finding that balance, right? So whether you're ticking all the boxes in the I feel happy in the business, or you're ticking all of the boxes in I've got a really strong, successful, healthy business, the key is to have both. So if you were to score both of these elements in your business from 0 to 10, 0 being not working at all, 10 being absolutely the best it can be, how do you feel about being in your business? What's your enjoyment and happiness factor of being in the business? Yes, that might ebb and flow, but pick an average. And generally, how do you feel? Are you spending more time doing the things you love, or are you spending more time doing things that you don't really love and falling out of love a little bit with your business? It happens to all of us from time to time, no judgment. So what is your score? And then scoring the business from a healthy, successful point of view for that happiness factor, which is actually, how easy is it being in the business? Do I have good processes and systems? Are they scalable? Do they work with me? Do they support my clients? Am I working with the right type of clients? Am I generating profit? Am I generating enough profit? What am I paying myself? Scoring that out of 0 to 10 as well, based on the same time scale. You might have periods in your business where actually, you know what, it's been really, really good, but then it's dropped down. So what we've got is an inconsistency. So I want you to bear that in mind when scoring it. Don't score it just on its highs or its lows, score it on its average. That is another key point. So when I see people in business and they'll say, you know, sometimes I'm riding high in my business, sometimes I'm riding low. And often this is because they have inconsistency in their business. They don't have consistent revenue streams. They don't have consistent pipelines feeding. They don't have consistent marketing approaches. So the point is to get to a level where not only are you delivering the numbers and everything else in your business that you want to be ticking off, but that you're doing it consistently. That's when that happiness factor is really going to kick in. Yeah, doing it once in a blue moon isn't enough. And having a good month and a bad month, that's a roller coaster of emotions, right? It's hard to be happy in a business that's like that because we become very reactive. We're either riding very high or we're riding very low. That's not a state that we want to be living in. What we want is we want to feel consistently happy. We want to know that we're making a difference, and we want to know that the business is making a difference for us. It's so important that we're getting stuff out of the business, that we're getting, yes, the enjoyment factor, but that it's servicing the life we want to be living. That is so important, and we have to get these things right. So the question that I'm proposing is, if you were to score that, what needs to change to get that score up? If you've given yourself a 5 in the healthy business category, that the business itself needs some work, maybe it's not bringing in enough revenue, maybe you're not bringing in enough clients, maybe it's not got much of a pipeline, whatever it might be, what needs to change to get that closer to a 10? I say closer because I think when we are building our businesses, that journey that we go on as building businesses, we change as business owners, and what we want and how we measure things often changes as well. So I think it's really hard to ever get to a 10, because I think when you get close to it, you then change the parameters. You change what it is that you want from the business. You might actually be satisfied with where you are and no longer striving to get bigger or grow, but actually it's all about maintaining it. It's like weight loss. Yeah. If you've got 5 stone to lose and you lose that 5 stone, the key now is to maintaining it. And that means constantly tweaking. It doesn't mean that we tick a box and say it's done and I no longer have to change anything in my business. Because if you don't change in your business at all for a period of time, generally what's going to happen is focus drifts. If you're not keeping up to date with what's going on and what's available to you and how the market's shifting and changing, you're not going to maintain where you are. You're going to lose that. So I think we're constantly changing in our business, and that 10 that we use as our benchmark probably changes as well. So I don't know that I've ever really hit a 10 in either category yet. I'm not sure I ever will. The point is to keep getting closer to that and having this sense of accomplishment, contentment. I love that word. Feeling content, being really present in the moment and enjoying where I am as well as where I'm going. And I just think that's really important. So that's the question that I want you to think about over the weekend. You know, what is the happiness factor in your business? Where's your enjoyment come from? How much of it is there for you? And what needs to change to give you more enjoyment or to make the business healthier? What are the key focus areas for you? Because when you're doing your planning, when you're doing any scheduling of any tasks or projects that you want to take on, you should be considering these things, not just what you see other people doing and adopting how they work. Yes, we can take influence from outside, and I always take influence from outside. I always see what other people are doing and what works and what's changing. I don't necessarily adopt everything that everyone's doing because it might not be right for me. But I definitely use it as being aware of what is available to me or what might help me, but I don't necessarily adopt it. But when I'm looking at my planning, I look at the traditional things of, you know, how am I going to grow my client base? How am I going to adapt my marketing and all of those things? But I also consider, how is this going to make me feel? If I focus on this for the next 6 months, how do I feel about that? What does that mean to me as a business owner? What does that mean to my life and how I'm living my life? What impact will that have? And sometimes I'm prepared to make a sacrifice, because sometimes a sacrifice may be needed. And other times I'm like, I'm not sure the sacrifice is worth the outcome. And it's part of my decision making, and vice versa. I can't have it all my own way and be on a jolly all the time. Otherwise, I'm not building a business. So like everything in life, it's about striking that right balance. And if I focus too much on any one area in my business, the others will start to slip. So we can't just focus on our enjoyment in the business. We have to focus on how the business is performing. And the idea is that we create a lovely balance. If I focus on the business too much, that goes up, the enjoyment factor might go down, and vice versa. So we want that balance. So that's something to think about. What's your happiness factor for both you and the business? How healthy is the business? Give both of these areas that I've mentioned a score out of 10 and highlight what would need to change that number to get you nearer to a 10. If you're right at a 0 now, don't despair, because that means there's huge opportunity for you. Yeah. If you are not feeling your business right now, don't worry. You can change it. It is your business, your decisions, and you do what you want to do. So if you're not feeling it, change it. And the same with the business. If it's not performing in the way that you want and you're scoring yourself below 5, again, don't despair. That means there's at least 5 points of opportunity, right? That's what we should be focusing in on. What can we change to make a positive impact for both the wellness and health of the business and the wellness and health of myself? So really think about that. I would love you to share your thoughts on this. I'd love you to share your scores if you're brave enough to do so. And I'd also love you to share what it is that you're going to be focusing on, or what needs to change in your business to up those happiness factors for both your business and yourself. So feel free to pop some information in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this. It's definitely something I'm quite passionate about in my business, getting this balance right, having a healthy, happy business that's performing well, and also I'm performing well in the business and enjoying being in the business, and my happiness factor is there. So if you want some help with this, if you're looking for some ideas or you want to bounce some things around, why not join me for the Generate More event that I'm hosting next week? It's absolutely free. Yes, you heard me. It is free. So there's no cost to you. So it's a no-brainer, right? We're going to be covering things like how can we generate more time, money, and opportunity, and how can we maintain flexibility in our business. I'll be running a masterclass every single day, Monday through to Thursday, starting at 10 a.m. for 45 minutes. And then on the Friday at 2 o'clock, I'm running a live Q&A. But I will be in the group all week answering any of your questions. And if you join me on the lives, then obviously there's an opportunity to interact and ask your questions at the time. So I encourage that. If you can't make the dates and times, don't panic. I got you. You can actually watch them whenever it suits you. They'll be available in the group on replay during that week and for the week after, and we'll still be interacting in that group. But you will also get an online link to the recordings, so you can watch these whenever it suits you. Maybe if you're coming back in September into work, you can watch them then. So don't worry, you don't have to be available. It'd be great if you are. I'd love to see you on the lives. It would be wonderful to interact with you and answer your questions and queries as we go along. But I understand it's hard to make ourselves available at the same time every day for the week, and we might have other things on, and we may be on holiday or anything like that. But don't worry, you can sign up and still get the recordings so you don't miss out. And I'm going to be really focusing on this split between how we create successful businesses and how we identify the happy in those as well. And I'm going to be talking about a different way of thinking about your business. So tackling time, money, and opportunity in a slightly different way. So come along, see something new. I will guarantee, making a bold statement, that out of all of the masterclasses that I'll be running, you will take something home that will make a positive change for you and your business. At least one thing that's going to make a difference. And it's totally free. So it's worth it, right? I'll put the link in here. You just need to sign up, and then you'll be on the list and you'll have access to everything that you need to help you generate more ideas around generating more time, money, and opportunity. So, bit of a quick one today, bit of a whirlwind, I know. So just to recap, what is your happiness factor for you in the business, and what is the happiness factor of the business? If your business was a person, how would it feel? Does it have a strong customer base? Does it have good products and services? Is it generating nice profits? Does it have good pipelines and lead generation opportunities, for example? And how do you feel in the business in terms of where is your enjoyment, and are you doing enough of the things that you enjoy? Give that a score of 0 out of 10, find where the gaps are, and see what needs to change to get you closer to some 10s. And if you want some help, jump on board to the Generate More event, and I will see you in the group. So have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week. I'll be back to normal doing some lives next week. So I know I've had this really big gap, and it feels weird not doing lives because you guys are used to hearing me, right? You're used to me popping up doing a live. So it's been strange not doing them. So back to doing them. Today is all about that happiness factor. So share with me, share your thoughts, share your scores, share where your gaps are. I'd be really interested to hear. So have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all next week. Take care.